Hello, my name is Selena.
And my name's Theoni, and you are listening to Piping Hot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Piping Hot. We are so excited that you are here. Yeah. We are excited, okay? Please.
Well, you try to continue it, and it's like, you could have just stopped.
I know, I was trying to be like, oh, it's going to be like a tired episode today, but I'm like, actually, I'm not really that tired. I was really tired yesterday, but...
No, see, I'm very tired, but I think I still have energy, but I feel like it could be like slipping a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Yeah. So anyway, hiya.
What? You know, Theoni, we should tell our listeners why we're so tired.
Yes, okay. Go ahead.
You! I was asking you the question. What the?
Why do I?
What the? How does that work? I literally asked you the question, and then you post back to me.
Okay, fine. So this weekend was one of our mutual friends' wedding back in Minnesota. So I flew back for the weekend. And it was just like a whirlwind of a weekend. Yeah. Like, I was pretty much busy the whole time, like, because I was able to see a couple of my other friends while I was in town as well. And the wedding was so much fun. Yeah. It was like such a good day. Yeah. But there was an open bar.
Yeah,
so
that's dangerous.
You put the pieces together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yo, those eternally grapefruit drinks fuck me up. I suck those down like no tomorrow.
No. The thing is that
so good.
The woman who had made it downstairs versus upstairs, she made it so strong compared to like my first eternally grapefruit, and I was just like gone.
Well, okay, so maybe
what?
I feel like that could have just been you getting drunker.
Oh, I mean that too. Who will ever find out? We will never know. Okay. In my head, that's how it was.
You guys, Selena came up to me after she finished half of her first glass and was like, "Oh my God, these are great." I was like, I wish I was a lightweight like that.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't realize that I'm getting drunk and then all of a sudden, like, I'm fine. And then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah. You know?
Yeah. It like, it hits you.
So, but it was such a fun, like, weekend, night, whatever. So, but, you know, when you go ham, you got to rest after. Yeah. And then last night my flight was delayed, so I didn't get back until 2:30. And I feel slightly guilty about calling out of work today, but not that guilty because I truly would not have survived.
No, I don't think so, too. I think you would have been so incredibly stressed. And I'm happy that you took that day for yourself.
Thank
because,
you.
again, like you said, you did so much this weekend. Like, it was a lot.
Yeah. Emotionally, physically, on my liver, just too much. It really is. Yeah. But no, we're alive. My voice is a little gone. I don't know if it's in like a sexy, I smoke a cigarette every once in a while, cool voice, or if it's like I just sound ill.
Yeah. I think the former.
I just sound ill.
I say the former. No, not the latter. The former.
See, whenever people say former, latter, I get so confused.
I'll teach you right now.
I understand.
I'll teach you.
I understand, but it's like, why? No, Selena. I know, but it's like, why can't we just say first or second? Like, Americans do that. We just complicate things.
You're right. Because then sometimes when people say, oh, it's a quarter till 1. I'm like,
a quarter after 1. I'm like,
no, just say 1:15.
Like, so what time does...
Say 1
what
fucking
time
15.
do you need them now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, literally.
I don't need to be doing math in my head, okay?
Literally. No, just tell me the time. Fuck. Okay. Okay. So what life updates do you have? What's new?
Nothing much really. I recovered yesterday. I slept in until like 10:30 a.m.
Love that for you.
Yeah, just because I was so tired and I didn't go to sleep until about like 12:30 or 1 when we came back from the wedding. And Jack and I just took like a really chill day. We played games and just like kept it really low key because we were both really tired, but
nice.
That's good. I also, oh my God, this is what I was going to text you about. I also have a haircut scheduled for Thursday.
Haircut.
For Thursday.
That's exciting.
And I don't know.
Get?
I was originally going to just do a trim, but after this weekend with my hair for the wedding, I think I might just like chop it all off. And I don't know.
But do you want to do that before your sister's wedding?
Yes, that would be the point of like doing it before I go to Mexico
to like get a fresh cut for the.
But do I really want to cut it all off? Like I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
That's such a hard decision.
Yeah.
You could always try for like a different kind of longer cut before you go full short. Yeah. Or say fuck it and do what you want. Like, whatever.
I might say
it's
fuck
hair,
it.
It goes back.
I know. I might say fuck it. Because I'm just like, I don't do anything else with my hair other than when I go to occasions. And you know me, I never go to occasions. So, I never do anything with my hair.
You have been busier. You have been busier than you think you know?
Yes. I don't know what you mean. I do, and I hate it. Okay?
Yeah. No, I know
it's like so draining. But I mean, okay, it is fun, but it is like so draining. So I don't know. I don't know. And also too though, like
I can't wait to see.
Also too, I think I look better with shorter hair too. So I'm like, well, there's that too.
Really?
I think so.
I think it's just like a different vibe. Like I don't think you look better or worse either way. Like I just think it's different.
I don't know. But I'll think about it. All right. But honestly, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's been a busy weekend, and I'm finally like emerging back into like real life and being like, oh my God, I have so much other shit to do. But yeah.
Girl, I guess you. Yeah. I don't really have any life updates. I mean, my biggest one was just like going to the wedding and seeing everybody in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a chaotic weekend, but in a good way.
In the best way.
I don't really know. Yeah. And that's that. Going back into work this week, and I'm very excited for Thanksgiving. Is Thanksgiving next week?
Yes.
Girl.
I know, right?
Where does the time go? It flies by. I'm getting older.
Know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. But I'm really excited to see my family. Yeah. I really like miss my little cousins a lot. Like, yeah. Well, it's just like they're like my favorite people in the world. I haven't seen them in a while, so it's just like I feel like I need to hug a child, and then I'll be not any child, my family, my family. Wow. Okay, arrest me. Don't do that. Anyways, okay.
That's funny. So like in Minnesota, right? So you're flying, like you're having Thanksgiving home here in Minnesota. Nice. That's very nice. Yeah. You know, all the more reason to move back so that you can hug a child all the time.
Oh my God, dude. I'm so tired. Okay. But no. What was I going to say? I don't even know what I was going to say. But yeah, I literally have been thinking about moving back to Minnesota like every single day. Yeah,
you should.
I don't know what I want to do. It's like such a hard thing. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens when the time gets closer. But
and again, too, like people were telling you this past weekend, like you have so much time. Like you're totally fine.
But that's like the more people tell you, and I'm such a words of affirmation person that everyone's like, oh my God, we could hang out if you come here. Like, blah. And I'm like, thank you. It like seeps into my bones, and I'm like, maybe I should do that. So it's just like, yeah,
So what you're telling me is that I have to get everyone in Minnesota to send you a text message, all the words of affirmations, and then that's what'll make you come back.
Yeah. Yes, literally. But no. So we'll see what happens. But no other crazy life updates for me.
Nice. What are you drinking today?
Just water. I was going to make coffee, but then I was like, I want to be able to try to get back on my normal sleeping schedule tonight. So I was like, I'm going to try to hold off a little bit. But
smart.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm drinking a sparkling water, pomegranate dragon fruit, the Good and Gather brand. So
nice.
What are you reading, watching, listening, consuming?
Okay, so I recently finished reading You Again by Kate Goldbeck.
Yes.
5-star book. I literally loved it so much. Like, the concept was so interesting.
Good.
I literally want that to be my life, except it's actually like really realistic in the way it talks about things. I don't know. It's like really, it's almost like Happy Place by Emily Henry vibes, where it's like these serendipitous events, but it's also so realistic in so many ways that it's like, I don't know. It's bizarro.
But I feel like that makes it even better, and that's probably why you loved it so much. It feels like so tangible. Yeah. Like, I love that.
Yep, nice. Exactly. So, highly recommend to you guys. And then, obviously, I finished reading the book we're going to talk about today.
Right. What's like next on your docket, do you think?
So, my...
Oh, wait, yes!
Kaylin.
Yeah.
My friend. Selena's already died. It's this book called Distance by Luna Mason.
Oh, God.
And it is literally the smuttiest smut of all books. And so Kaylin's a teacher. And I was like, Kaylin, read a page of this like as you would read it to your students. And so I sent Selena and a couple of other my friends a video of Kaylin reading this smut book like she would read like a children's book to her students. It was the funniest shit. I was dying laughing. And the page that she chose was obscene.
It was horrific. Yeah. The fact that she read it so like confidently, like without a hitch in her voice. Maybe she laughed just a little bit, but she was so strong in her reading the most horrendous paragraphs about
crazy.
I like couldn't. Every time she kept reading, I was like, "What? What did he do? What did she say?" Like,
no, literally, it crazy. And guess what? I'm gonna read it and absolutely love it. That's the thing.
I love that.
So that's next on my docket. How about you?
Okay, so I finished the book that we're obviously going to talk about today. Mm-hmm. I also finished Jade War by Fonda Lee, which is the second book in the Greenbone saga that I've been working through. Theone, I was fucking hysterical last night. Like, I was crying and hyperventilating. Like, I could not handle the last bit of this book. Like, I couldn't take it. And it, like, the thing is, too, is that, like, I knew it would go horribly, which is why I, like, postponed reading it. I only had, like, 40-ish pages left, which I could finish so easily. But I literally put it off for a couple of days because I was so scared of what was going to happen. And it went horribly. 0 out of 10. It went horribly. I was hyperventilating, crying. Like, I was like...
Oh my God.
This author, I do not trust her. I do not trust you, Fonda, okay? You are mean. You're mean to me, okay?
But I bet you loved this.
I ate it up. Oh my God, it was so intense. It was literally so fucking intense. Like, oh my God, it was so good. But honestly, I think I need a break. I think I'm gonna wait to read the last book like early next year.
You're like emotionally scarred. Like
I can't.
You need a break to process.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was like so intense. Like if you saw me last night, you thought I would have gone literally fucking insane. Like I was just so out of my mind. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, but I will say that is like the first time a book has made me feel that delusional and that crazy in a while. I think the last book that made me feel like that was Hosab, where I was like losing my fucking mind at the end.
That's but that's so exciting. Because it makes you so excited to read the next one, but so nervous to read the next one. Like when books can pull that side of you out, it's like the best but the worst feeling ever.
Yeah, so
oh my God.
But yeah, I mean it was great. It was horrible but great. So
yeah, I hear ya. What are you reading next?
I think I'm gonna read an adult fantasy called The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. It's the second book in a trilogy that I read earlier this summer or something. So again, just like hopping to like the different series that I've like started and stopped and just
Wow. All right. You're all over the place. I love it.
But yeah, so. What are you watching?
What am I watching? I honestly haven't been watching a lot because I've been so busy this past week that I don't think I may have watched like a little Always Sunny here and there. I watched a little bit of a Grey's Anatomy episode when I was with Kaylin.
Nice.
But I think that's it. I have to catch up on the Kardashians because there's a new episode I haven't been able to start yet. I have a new episode of the Great British Baking Show I gotta watch. So I have a couple of things on my
you have
list.
some things lined up. That's nice.
How about you?
I haven't been watching a lot of stuff, honestly, which is fine. I did finish rewatching Howl's Moving Castle for like the 100th time because I'm mentally ill, but we already knew that, right? No. So it was great. It's still great. You know what? That's the only reason why HBO Max has my money right now is because I can watch Howl's Moving Castle on demand whenever I want, which is like once a week.
Why don't you just like buy it?
Because I don't have a fucking DVD player.
Well, couldn't you just like buy it a different way?
Yeah, probably on like Amazon Prime and like buy it.
Yeah, or something.
Like you could probably buy it like for $14.99, like a one-time purchase.
Yeah.
But HBO Max has the full, well, not the full, but like most of the Studio Ghibli movies, so like I can like bounce around. So like nice. After watching Howl's Moving Castle, I can move to like Spirited Away, which is also another mentally ill movie that I watch all the time.
I think you should switch those words around and say a movie I watch when I'm feeling mentally ill rather than a mentally ill movie.
I mean, you could define it as a mentally ill movie, too.
I've never watched them, so I don't know, but that's hilarious.
But yeah.
Oh, my God.
What are you listening to?
Okay. I actually have a couple of things. So the first one is Jack Harlow's new song. I forget what it's called, but I've listened to it a couple times. I still need to add it to my playlist. It's so a vibe. Good. And then I have been listening on repeat to Chris Brown's new album, 1111. Oh, yeah. You know what? I know people have mixed feelings about Chris Brown. I don't. I love him. That album is so good, Selena. I don't even know. I don't even have favorites right now because it's like just the entire thing.
Yeah, okay.
But like oh my God, it's so fucking good. And some of the songs are so relatable. It's not just like, fuck this bitch, yeah, get it, yeah. It's like actually like relatable.
Nice.
I should be a songwriter for him, actually. But no, it's really good and you should absolutely listen to it. Okay, good to know.
You'll have to, like next week, you'll have to tell me like your favorite tracks when you start listening to it more. But nice. Okay. That's awesome.
What are you listening to?
Nothing really. Like, I have been listening to some K-pop in the gym, like when I go work out. But it's like, it's a playlist curated by Spotify. So it's like nothing in particular that like I pick or whatever. So I don't know. It's just like, I don't know.
Just vibing. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
What have you been consuming?
So I had some amazing roast beef or whatever it was and mashed potatoes.
Whatever the fuck that meat was at Maddie's wedding was the best fantastic thing. I don't know why it was so good, but it was so good. It was like that
roast beef, mashed potatoes with broccoli and this like potato puree too. And then I promptly threw it up when I got home. So I know. Which sucks, but it's fine. I enjoyed it for a little bit, and then it just, like, all left me. I honestly think it was the dessert that, like, put me over the edge, because I was already so full over the edge. That, like, I had...
See, I didn't eat any of the dessert.
Oh, you should have. Oh, wait, do you remember what I called it? Wait! Do you remember what I called it? It was, like, a chocolate trifle, right? I called it a chocolate trifle, and you're like, a chocolate trifle?
She's like, I was like, what? Yeah, she said a fucking chocolate trifle. And I was like, girl.
I was so drunk. I, like, made sense. And then also you were texting me, because we were across the room, right? We were doing our own thing or whatever. Yeah. And Theoni was texting me which I didn't know that she had texted me. And then sometime later, like 20 minutes later, she comes down and sits next to me at the table, and I realize that she texted me. And so I text her back as she's sitting next to me, not realizing that text was like 30 minutes old already. Like, I'm just so...
What did I even text you from?
You asked me if I wanted pizza.
Oh.
Because you were on the other side of the room getting pizza, and then I never replied. I never replied.
I am realizing, I think, as we're talking, that I may have browned out.
Oh my God.
Because I don't remember texting you. I don't remember eating pizza.
Oh, you ate pizza. You got 2 slices, and I think you finished one and then like half of the other. Yeah, huh?
That shit's crazy. Oh my God. Okay. Well,
what
anyways.
What have you been consuming?
Pizza, I guess.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, I also went to Outback Steakhouse with Kaylin yesterday, and I got a steak, mashed potatoes. So almost like a variant of like Saturday night dinner, and it was like amazing. I fuck so hard with Outback Steakhouse. I don't give a fuck.
I love it.
Oh God,
So
fuck me
good.
up. Now I want it again. I want Texas Roadhouse because I want those rolls.
Yeah.
I want those rolls with that butter. Ooh. Okay. Pop culture? Or wait, was there anything else?
No, I think that was it.
Okay, coolio. I have a few that I did come up with.
Okay,
so
cool.
That's exciting. How many do you have?
Let me see. I have 7.
Okay, cool. Love that.
Okay.
You can go first then.
Okay. Let's talk about history being made, in which Travis went to Taylor's concert.
Oh my God, I knew you were going to fucking say that.
In Argentina, night two, okay? And it was so cute, okay? I was dying. The content that they gave us, they didn't even, like, it wasn't even, like, planned content. It was literally just, like, them being them, and it was just, like, people filming them, but I love the content, okay? First of all, she sang Endgame as a surprise song, which is so amazing that's the song that she fucking chooses.
That was purposeful. I don't give a fuck.
Right? And then she sang Is It Over Now, which is a vault track from 1989, and then mashed it up with the bridge from Out of the Woods because it literally goes perfect together. They're like sister songs, and it's so funny because everyone was like joking on TikTok that like, oh my God, like during this, like there's like a little instrumental break in Is It Over Now, and the bridge of Out of the Woods fits perfectly in that instrumental part, and we were all joking about it on TikTok. Taylor must have fucking seen it, and she like sang the bridge while...
That's so cool.
Like, it was just so... Oh, it was so amazing. And then, right, Travis being so cute, he waited backstage for her, and she goes out, and she's like waving to her fans, right, like she always does, and then she runs to Travis, throws herself on him, and kisses him. And it's literally the cutest thing in the world. Like, I just love them. I just love them. Honestly, like, this is the content that I want. I don't fucking care about those stupid interview questions or whatever. I want, like, these little tiny moments
where, like,
the
genuine moments.
Yes.
It's the same thing with, like, Tom Holland and Zendaya at the Beyonce thing. Like, they're just singing together and being cute. It's like, that's, like, because that's the real shit.
Yes,
you know
I love the press conferences that they do for Spider-Man and stuff, but like when they're just out having fun and vibing together, like, oh, I love that. Also, Taylor changed the lyrics to Karma at the end, where she says, oh crap, what did she says?
Karma is the guy from the cheese who comes home to me or something like that.
Because originally Karma is the guy on the screen coming straight home to me because Joe was an actor. She changed it to Chiefs, which is so cute because if you literally listen to the video recording of it, you can hear her like little giggle when she says it, and it's just so cute. Like that's the shit that I want. That's the shit I want.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's so cute.
It's adorable.
I'm glad that they're happy.
Me fucking too. Me fucking too. If he wanted to, he would. He flew on his free day because he had a game today, Monday night. He has a game Monday night. And Argentina is really far, so
if he wanted to, he would.
Exactly.
That's the truth.
Yes. Anyways, that was great.
Alrighty. I also had that on my list.
Nice.
A less exciting thing. Bobby from Queer Eye is leaving after season 8. Yep.
I did not see that. Why? What?
So I don't know if they're gonna replace him because they have to have the Fab Five. So I don't know.
Wait, why? Did it say?
I don't know. I didn't read up on it. I literally just saw it as a headline. Remember, I didn't have any pop culture until like 5 minutes ago.
You're right.
So,
You're right.
Yeah, but
That's sad.
I know, and I feel like it's gonna be hard because it's like the whole thing is the dynamic between the 5 of them. So how are they gonna replace that? So I guess I'm curious to see how they're gonna handle it.
I wonder if like season 8 is just gonna be it then, because honestly, what I've been reading too is that like these later seasons have been taking so long. Because like if you look at like the air dates for all these later seasons, there are multiple years in between. But that's because everyone is so busy and it's been so hard to schedule everyone at the same time to film. So I wonder if like season 8 will just be the end of it. Which like honestly, I wouldn't blame them too, because each one of them, literally each one of them, have gotten so big that they have their own kind of avenue to go down. Yeah. So
crazy.
Wow.
So it makes sense.
Nice. My next pop culture item is that Lil Tim Tim was on SNL. And he did great.
He was. He did. Of course he did great. Like I'm sure he did. I still need to go back and watch the skits. I've seen the clips from one where he like redid his rapper character that he had with like
it's like
Pete
water
Davidson that went
drip.
viral. Yeah. Drip, drop, clean, Mr. Clean.
So funny.
It's so funny.
funny.
You could tell he was about to start laughing also. So,
I've seen
good.
I've seen the skit with him doing his impression of Troye Sivan, and it's so funny. It's so funny because Troye Sivan is Australian, and they like poke fun at Timothy, where he literally says, "Oh yeah, like I'm Troye Sivan" in an American accent. He's like, "Yeah, and I'm an American actor who can't do an Australian accent. That's why I can't. That's why I have an American accent." It's so funny, and you can see him like trying so hard to keep it together.
Not to let. Yeah, I get it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll have to go back and like watch all those.
Yeah. Okay, your next one.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay. We'll probably be talking about this more later on, but the Grammy nominations came out. So
yes!
I know we're going to delve into it more.
Yes.
But there are some things I'm very happy to see nominated. Yep. Okay. And there are some snubs as well, which just pisses me TF off.
Yeah.
I was very bummed to not see Sabrina Carpenter anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. But, you know, who knows what will happen in the future. But I think that I'm excited to really go into detail on all of them and like see what happens.
Me too. I mean, I think that's like one of my favorite episodes because it's just really fun to like see our predictions. Yeah. So
and see if we're right. We should do like a competition and see who can get the most guessed correctly.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm too competitive.
We're both competitive, so
no, literally, it's gonna start a fight.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I had. So you go through your next ones.
Yeah. Cool. So my next one is that the SAG strike is officially over, which I think had happened like when we were in between episodes or whatever. So like this might kind of be like old news, but like it is officially over, and actors and actresses can now post about their films, which is so crazy to see. Now you're seeing all of this press coming out for like Oppenheimer or like behind the scenes stuff for Barbie. Like it's just so weird that like we had missed all of that because of the SAG strike. And so I'm really happy that actors and actresses are now having their opportunity to post about their movies and get that chance to have a spotlight on it. But yeah, no, yay. Definitely. Yay that the strike's over. So.
I'm glad it's over and they came to an agreement because it was going on for a long time.
I know. Both the writers and SAG. It's just crazy. My next one is that people named the sexiest man alive Patrick Dempsey, which I think is fine. Nope, I'm gonna say my piece, which is fine, okay? Because he's great, right? He's great. But I wanted Pedro Pascal, okay? He had a fucking fantastic year. And they just overlooked Pedro Pascal?
They did not. They did not. He was one of the top 6 finalists, okay? He was.
He should have been the sexiest man of the year. I don't understand.
I disagree.
No.
I think Patrick Dempsey deserves it. I think he has been overlooked in the past.
Okay.
And I think he deserved it. And I think he's super charming. He's super cute. He's literally gotten better with age. He's had a really big career. He's doing a lot of charity stuff now. Like I totally understand what you're saying about like, well, Pedro had a big year, so why not Patrick another year? But like, think about when like Patrick has had his biggest year and he didn't, like, you know.
It should have been Patrick then. That's what I'm saying. Like, people is they're delaying the sexiest man alive when it literally doesn't make any fucking sense. Patrick should have gotten it way before, when he was in the height of Grey's Anatomy, when he was like the shit of everything. Because he was the sexiest man then, and I guess he's the sexiest man now. But I'm just pissed because like I want Pedro Pascal to have his moment. Okay,
I get it, but also like same thing happened to Paul Rudd. Like, I think they're not necessarily thinking about the particular year that they're having. I think they're just thinking about like who they want to nominate, you know? And I think with that being said, I think Patrick is a fantastic choice.
It's fine.
I love him. I literally love him.
You know what? He's fine, but I love Pedro more. So
see, I disagree. I think Patrick is more. I know, I do too. We know this, but I think Patrick.
I'm just pouting like a little bitch now.
No, I think Patrick is more universally attractive than Pedro.
What? I'm
not saying I think one is more attractive than the other, but I'm saying I think Patrick is more universally attractive to more people than Pedro is, simply because of the type of vibe he gives off. That's the truth.
So what type of vibe does he give off that is different from Pedro?
I think that like Patrick gives off a vibe that's slightly more like clean cut versus Pedro, where it's like a little bit more like rough, you know?
Okay.
So I'm not saying
sense.
in any type of way, but I do think they both actually give off similar energy, where it's like they're kind of like little like golden retriever energy, a little bit, you know? So I don't know.
It's fine. Whatever. I'm salty about it, but it's fine, okay?
I'm not. I'm happy. I'm going to frame it on my fucking wall, man.
Okay. My next pop culture item is that the Met Gala theme was announced, which is Sleeping Beauty's reawakening fashion, which I think is going to be interesting.
They're reaching. They are. Like, I love seeing all the looks, and I think it'll be really cool to, like, there's so many ways you could take it. It's like, I think of that, you could take it as, like, reinventing, like, old trends that have died and, like, bring them back to life. So but why you gotta call it, like, sleeping?
I don't know.
Like, what the fuck? Next time it's gonna be, like reinventing the dog, like, and like, I don't fucking know, bro. I just like, I can't.
Yeah. So honestly, like this, I feel like this theme is way better than a couple of other themes that they've had in the past. So like, I'm excited because like you said, it's so broad that like you can go too many different ways, honestly. So I'm very, very excited for that. My next pop culture item is that Avatar: The Last Airbender.
What was that thumbs up that just popped up on your screen?
I have no clue. I did see that though too. That's weird. Did you click something?
No.
On your end?
No.
I didn't click anything on my end.
Bro, what the fuck?
It was just saying
ghost of piping hot's passed. Like, that's scary. Where did that come from? I'm going to do some Googling later. Ooh, okay. I feel a ghost in our presence.
I feel God in this Chili's tonight.
I said that.
I know you did.
I said that at the wedding, you guys. When like, oh my God. Okay. Anyways,
so funny. Okay. My next pop culture item is that Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live-action TV show that Netflix is making, they dropped the trailer for that, and I am so excited. I'm literally so fucking excited. It comes out next year. I'm a little nervous, right? Because live action always kind of makes me nervous, and I love this show so much. But regardless, I'm like very excited. Like I love it. From what they've showed so far in the trailer, it looks good. And it looks like they're pouring a lot of money into it for like graphics or what, you know, right? Like your CGI or whatever, which is good because I think Netflix understands that this is a very, very big show that means a lot to a lot of people. So I'm hopeful that they're spending a lot of money on it. I just really hope that the storyline holds and everything translates really well. But I'm really excited.
I hope it turns out to be everything you hope and dream.
Yeah, me too. And the last pop culture item that I have is that the Inside Out 2 trailer dropped with Anxiety as the new character. And honestly, I vibe with Anxiety. Like, they're voiced by Maya Hawke, which is so perfect. Like, absolutely perfect casting. And I'm obsessed. I love it.
And there's going to be other emotions as well.
Yes,
I know that like there's going to be embarrassment. There's going to be like other ones. I loved Inside Out, especially as like a therapist. I think it's like the most brilliant movie. Yeah. And I think it's so important. Like it's such a good way to like introduce mental health stuff to get I love it. Ping pong.
I know. Oh, I was a fucking mess after
I was a
watching
wreck
that scene.
when Bing
I
Bong faded into oblivion. Fuck you,
couldn't.
Disney. That's mean.
Honestly,
Bing Bong.
Also, I can't like watch The Lion King anymore either. It's funny because like I never cried in The Lion King, but now when I watch that scene, sobbing when Simba is trying to wake up his dad, sobbing. Like I can't. I'm inconsolable. Literally inconsolable. I'm like, as a kid, I like did not give a fuck. Like it's crazy how much like most of that just goes over my head. But then as an adult, I'm like, oh my god, like oh my god,
he's not waking up, bro.
He's not.
Yeah. Rip.
But yeah, that's all that I have for pop culture.
Cool beans. Alrighty, Selena, you want to tell everyone what we're gonna be talking about today?
Yes. Today, we are talking about Ali Hazelwood's newest novel called Check and Mate, which is a young adult contemporary romance novel, which is her first young adult novel, which came out, I think, a little over a week ago. So it's still very new, but you know us, we love Ali Hazelwood, so we had to read it.
Yeah, I am very excited to talk about it and hear your thoughts. Yeah. I will read anything that Ali Hazelwood writes. She has such a cool niche, so I'm super excited to hear your thoughts because I kind of like forgot this was coming out because it came out so much faster than I thought it was going to. So it's just like interesting to get around that.
Girly is just writing like her life depends on it. Like I love it though because like one specific author, like SJM, takes years in between books, which I'm like, girly, take your time, but I also love being fed, right? Like, yes. Ali Hazelwood feeds us, okay?
Yes.
Okay, do we want to do overall thoughts first?
Yes.
Okay, you go first.
Fine. Okay, so I did really like it. However, it just does not meet it. What am I trying to say? It's just not what I was hoping from her as much. Like I love her other 3 books so much that this one just felt different. And I know part of that is because it was like young adult versus like adult. Yep. So I know that was part of why it was different. So I think part of my brain is still trying to like wrap my head around that. Yes. But I don't know. I guess the best way I can think to put it right now is that it felt like there was something missing. And maybe you'll have an answer to what that might be, or I don't know how you felt. Yeah. But I just felt like there was something missing, or like there needed to be, there was like a disconnect because all the things were there, but then I felt like some of them felt like they were coming out of nowhere. For example, like I understand that Nolan really liked Mallory, right? But it just felt like that came on so strong and they didn't have enough foundation at all for what happened. And I liked them together and I liked it, but it just didn't feel like it was like organic or made sense.
I agree. And also, like, she pitched this as enemies to lovers. And, like, don't get me wrong, I love enemies to lovers. But this was not enemies to lovers.
She pitched this as enemies to lovers?
Yes. It's not enemies to lovers.
No, it's not enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
I never even got, maybe the enemy she was talking about was, like, Mallory herself. Yeah, and she needed to learn to love herself because, like, I did not get enemies to lovers from that at all.
Yeah, same.
What?
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm shocked by that. That, like...
Yeah. It's literally on the front cover. I don't have... Oh, frick. I need to go grab my book. 1 second. Okay. It literally says here, the perfect rivals to lovers romance. Like, as a quote from Alex Astor. And I'm like, it's not a right... It's not like...
Interesting that she's...
I know, right? Interesting that she said... I shouldn't have fucking trusted it. That was my mistake.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. But what are your overall thoughts? I'm curious.
This is great because you are so well versed in contemporary romance and I'm so well versed in young adult. Like, I feel like we bring a lot to the table.
Yes, okay? Perfect. Mm-hmm.
As I was writing down my overall thoughts, I think I came to the realization that I had too many problems with the book to actually fully like it.
Yes.
Yeah. And so let's start off with my biggest gripe, okay?
Okay. All right.
Our main character, Mallory. Mm-hmm. The story takes place in 2023, which is said when they're on the airplane or whatever the fuck it is. And she's like 18, 19, which makes her Gen Z. Mm-hmm. But as I was reading the book, I could tell a millennial wrote this. And so
I could see that.
I think Ali Hazelwood has such a strength in making her characters very believable and tangible in their occupations and their voice, which are two different things in my head. Mm-hmm. For example, in Love Theoretically, we all believe that, like, Elsie was a theorist, not just because of her occupation, but because of how she talked to us. Like, I think that's such a big differentiator in like, the believability aspect, right? I believed that Mallory was a chess prodigy, right? Cool. I could tell that Ali Hazelwood did her research and she was very thorough in the specific references she used in chess to help inform Mallory's character. But she didn't do research on what Gen Z likes and dislikes. And I think that's where my problem started. Okay. And it really, really, really took me out of the book. And I think that's because Ali Hazelwood made so many cultural references that I was like, this is not accurate. I was like, this is not what a Gen Z would think. And so that's why I could see, like, her millennial brain acting like a Gen Z character. And so that's what, like, kind of, like, took the whole believability aspect away from me, which is why I probably didn't enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed her other books.
Yeah, no, I honestly didn't even think about that point. But now that you say that, I think that makes a lot of sense because, again, I liked Mallory's character to the extent that, like, I liked her backstory. I liked what motivated her. Yes. But there was a disconnect, and I think that might have been what a big part of it was, that I didn't necessarily understand until you said that.
And I think for me, too, like, I went into this book knowing that this was young adult, right? And I was very excited because, like I said, young adult is my bread and butter. So, like, this is all that I read. All I read is young adult. So, like, I was very, very excited. So I think that's why it was so apparent to me that I'm like, this is not young adult. Like, this is not, like, I can't.
Yes, that's another good point. It wasn't young adult. Like, to me, like, especially the way, of course I have to bring this up because it's me, but, like, especially the way that they're talking about sex the whole time and, like, so openly with everything. And then the only part that wasn't adult about it was the fact that the sex scene was like fade to black.
Yeah.
5 hours later.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes! Yes!
Okay, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot where we stopped. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back. I'm going to let Selena take the reins with more of her overall thoughts. I forgot where we're at, so let's just see what happens.
Yeah, I think we were talking about, you know, Mallory not being believable to me as a Gen Z, and I think that kind of contributes to the way that Ali Hazelwood crafted her voice. And I think one of the things that was, like, trying to, like, messing me up is all the cultural references that she made. I think if Ali Hazelwood took out all of those cultural references and just said, oh, Mallory graduated high school and she's not going to go to college, blah, blah. If she just did that and created her voice without these cultural references, I think it would have been more believable. It would have made more sense. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
But because there were so many cultural references, I couldn't take it seriously that she was Gen Z. It bothered me so much that I decided to take matters into my own hands. And I interviewed Gen Z themselves. Okay.
Which one of your sisters did you talk to?
I did all my youngest siblings, okay?
I love it. Okay.
I put together a survey of a couple of
No, you fucking didn't.
Yes, I did. I put a Google form.
Oh my God.
If
anyone needs to know who Selena is, this moment is it. That's insanity.
You don't understand how bothered I was.
I'm starting to. I made a Google form.
I did. I made a Google form. I took a couple of references from the book and I put it all in a Google form. And I asked them if they knew what it was. So here is the caveat or like the information, right? I interviewed my siblings because they're all Gen Z, along with Jack, who is 27. He didn't want to feel left out, so I sent him the Google form. But Jack is technically a zillennial, right? He's a cusper. He can go either or.
And we are too, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So my siblings, their ages are 17, 20, 21, and 23, which honestly is the exact kind of age group that we're talking about, because Mallory is 18, 19, and Nolan is 20, right?
Yep.
So we're talking about this age group, right? Okay, so here, you know what? You can take the questions too, okay?
Okay.
Let's see. Here we go. First question. Do you know the show How to Get Away with Murder? Yes or no?
Yes, but I've never watched it myself, but I know of it.
Perfect. So 4 of them said yes. 1 of them said no. Jack, I think that was Jack who said no. But all of my siblings knew this show.
Okay.
All of them have not watched the show. So you're right. So everyone said no.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Third question. What is a Henley?
A shirt.
Great. 1 person got that right out of all 5. You want to know
Jack?
No, it was my brother who is 17 years old, which, right, can say something, right? But then all my other siblings didn't know. So Jack said IDK. My brother said no idea. I couldn't tell you. My sister, who is 21, said a car ? And then my last sister, who's 23, said I've heard of a Henley before, but I have no idea what it is. So I'm gonna guess it's some kind of car or luxury thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Okay. So there we go.
Okay.
Next question. What event did Jennifer Lawrence trip up the steps at? 1, the Met Gala. Okay, perfect. Only 2 people got that right. And all the others guessed wrong. So that's out of 5.
I almost feel like it's more, the references aren't totally millennial, but not Gen Z. I feel like the references are made for the cuspers. Honestly.
Yes. See, but that's my problem. It shouldn't be made for the cuspers. Like that doesn't make any fucking sense. I will say, I think for the Oscars, both of my brothers got this right, I think. And then Jack didn't know. And then one of my sisters guessed the Emmys, but okay. Next one. Do you know what the Fire Festival is?
Yeah.
Okay. 80%, all 4 people said no, and only 1 person knew. And that was my sister, who's 23 years old. So everyone else didn't know, but she did.
Okay.
Next one. Do you know the show Riverdale?
Yes.
100% of them said yes as well.
Yeah.
Have you watched Riverdale?
I did, but then stopped.
Okay. 3 of them said no, and then 2 of them said yes. 2 of them are my sisters, who are 21 and 23, which honestly, it makes sense though, right? Because Riverdale kind of caters to that audience. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. Do you know who Michael Phelps is?
Yes. Obviously.
Great. 100% of people said yes.
Okay.
Yep. What swim category did Michael Phelps break the world record for?
I don't fucking know. Backstroke? No, front stroke. Butterfly.
1.
Butterfly. It was butterfly. Butterfly.
1, 200-meter butterfly. 2, 200-meter freestyle. 3, 200-meter backstroke. 4, 200-meter relay. Or 5, I don't know. What was your guess?
I think it's butterfly.
Butterfly? That's incorrect. Only one person got the 200-meter freestyle correct, and that was my 17-year-old brother.
And I'll bet that was a random guess.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
2 people said I don't know. Theoni, when was the last time you played Candy Crush?
Honestly, I have it on my phone now.
But when was the last time you played?
Maybe like a week ago.
Okay, great. Jack said 2013. My brother, who is 20, said probably under the age of 10. My sister said, who's 21, said the 5th grade. My brother, who is 17, said who knows. And then my sister, who is 23, said like last year. So it varies, right?
Yeah.
It's clear
But regardless of your data or not, it is a very outdated reference.
Yes, I agree. Like, why couldn't you have said Fortnite, right? Fortnite is so overplayed, but guess what? Fortnite debuted in 2018, right?
Yeah, something more recent.
Exactly. Do you know who Austin Powers is?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Well, that's Austin Powers. That's Dr. Evil. Sorry.
Only one yes, and Jack was the one yes. All the Gen Zers said no.
But I understand that.
Exactly. Literally, okay? When was the last time you watched an Austin Powers movie?
I never have.
Okay, great. Jack said IDK. My brother said never. My sister said no idea. My other brother said NA. And then my sister, who's 23, said, okay, I know the name, but not the face of Austin Powers, LMAO. So no idea.
All I know is that Ariana Grande dressed up kind of in theme of one of the Austin Powers people for her music video.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you understand this reference? Lindsay.
How long is this Google for?
I put them in the ringer.
I just had a few things. No, you did.
Yeah. Okay, wait. My book fell. Just a minute. Okay. Do you understand this reference? Lindsay Lohan trashing the room.
No.
Perfect, because no one else did either. All 100% said no. Well, my sister said maybe, but then she guessed wrong.
I didn't know it was this bad.
If you selected yes or maybe for the above, please put down where/when trashing her room took place. My sister said, who's 23, says, I want to say Mean Girls, but I know that's wrong, LMAO. It happened in 2009, when Lindsay Lohan and her friend trashed a room in LA or something or whatever. I had to look it up because I had no clue either. And Mallory made that reference. Mallory literally made that fucking reference. Next one.
This is such a good point.
Right? Okay, next one. Do you understand this pop culture reference? She doesn't even go here.
Yeah.
Okay, great. 40% said yes, 40% said no, and then my sister said maybe. What movie is the above quote from?
Oh, she doesn't even go here?
Yes.
Oh, Mean Girls.
Perfect. Jack answered that correctly. My brother said, couldn't tell you. My sister said, Mean Girls. My other brother, who's 17, said NA. And then my other sister, who's 23, said Mean Girls. So, okay, that makes sense. Okay. I feel like that's valid. Yeah. Yep, okay.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what 8chan is?
8chan?
8, like the number 8 and the CHAN.
No.
Perfect. 100% of them said no as well.
What is that?
I don't know, Theoni. I literally couldn't tell you, okay? Even though we're millennials, I literally could not fucking tell you.
Not even a little. Nope.
What does Popeye eat to grow strong?
What did you just say?
What does Popeye eat to grow strong?
Oh, spinach.
Good. So Jack said spinach. My brother said spinach. My sister said spinach. My 17-year-old brother said IDK. And then my 23-year-old sister said a can of something, worms, sardines. So again, kind of like the Mean Girls reference, like that's kind of like a hit or miss, right? It's like if you know Popeye, you know it. If you don't, you don't.
Yep.
Do you understand this reference? Adam Driver wall punch meme.
It like sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't think I actually know.
Okay, so 80% said no, and then my sister is the only one who said maybe. If you selected yes or maybe for the above, what movie/show does that meme originate from? Do you know?
A Marriage Story, maybe?
It is. That was good.
Because the only reason is because there's the TikTok meme of like him and Scarlett Johansson. She goes, I don't even love you. And he's like, I can't even look at you or whatever. Like, I don't even know what the words are, but that's the only reason I like made that guess.
Honestly, I thought it was from his SNL skit when he's like Kylo Ren trying to like
teacher?
kind of like go through his like staff of stormtroopers and trying to, he's like undercover boss for Kylo Ren at SNL.
Oh, no,
I thought
I've
it
never
was
seen
that, but then then I looked it up and it was Marriage Story and I was like, oh shit, I don't know. So, okay. Do you know what AF stands for?
As fuck.
Okay, so yes, yep. And then everyone answered as fuck as well.
Yeah.
I think my brother was the only one who didn't know, but he was 17. So he's the only one, but everyone else guessed that correctly.
Yeah.
When was the last time you used AF?
Literally earlier on this podcast.
You're right. You want to hear the answers? Honesty, ironically, probably like sometime this past year, but seriously, never. 2 people said never. 1 person said sometime this year. And then 1 person said, can't remember, I don't use it.
Crazy.
Yeah. Next question. Do you know who Ari Aster is?
No.
Perfect. 100% of them also said no.
I am realizing how problematic this is now. I didn't even realize, probably because I read the book so fast.
Yep.
But wow.
Yeah, I was so peeved reading this book. Last question. Well, it's a twofer. Do you know who Meghan Markle is? Great. 3 people said no, 2 people said yes. If you know who Meghan Markle is, put her occupation/title below. My sister said actor, ... not a princess. And then my other sister said, I forgot her exact occupation/title, but she's married to Prince Henry, ? So whatever that makes her.
Henry.
Yeah. So whatever that makes her Duchess, ? I mean, good guess, right?
Yeah,
so she
yeah.
She obviously has the context for that. But literally, like, this just like confirmed all of my anger of this book, this narrator not being Gen Z.
No, that's such a good point.
Yeah.
And then I can see how that spirals into just not trusting the rest of like the character, because if she's making all these references that are so clearly incorrect, it's like, how do you trust that? You can't.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, that was a fun survey
that
I
took. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, thank you to my siblings and to Jack. And then some of my other overall thoughts is that the second one is that Nolan's character confused me, which I think you kind of had said too, is that because constantly we're told that he's ill-tempered and this and that and he's mean and blah, blah, blah. But all we see is him being nice. Not only to Mallory, but to his friends as well.
And we didn't get enough of him at all in the book to understand. Because I know at one point he made a comment where he was like, oh, that used to be mean. And like, I deserve the negative attention. But now, and I'm like,
yeah.
So when did you change? Why did you change?
Yes, literally.
Like so many things unanswered. Wow. Do I hate this book?
Well, the thing is that like, I'm not surprised that his appearances in the book was not as much as you would expect in an adult contemporary romance, right? Because in an adult contemporary romance, it's just the relationship, where it's like for young adult, it's really more like the main character's journey, and the love interest is just kind of like a second storyline. So I was okay with that, but the inconsistency with like Nolan's character confused the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Last one. I really did like the plot. I think I love the way that it went, because after she lost against that one guy or whatever, I was like, okay, now what? And I think that kind of kept me on the edge of like, okay, like what's going to happen? So I did really like the plot. I really did like the idea of the plot. The execution, though, was not great.
I agree with that. And I also feel like Ali Hazelwood was more successful in other books of like using their profession or this like niche to kind of inform their inner dialogue.
Yes.
But there is so much chess language that is one thing I was getting very frustrated by.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
I could tell it was well researched,
Yeah.
but it was too much.
Honestly, I didn't mind that because it played into the believability of like, oh my gosh, like Mallory's really good at this. Like she knows what the fuck she's doing. And so I was like, yeah, I trust Mallory. So I didn't really have a big deal with that. It's the same thing with like Love Theoretically, where like Elsie is like also a theorist and she talks so much science shit where I'm like, this doesn't make any sense, but I'm like, I trust her as a narrator. Like that's the thing.
That makes sense.
Anyways, those are my overall thoughts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So again, we have to let you guys know recording difficulties. So we decided to make this a 2-part episode in the middle of recording. Yeah. So we just got done talking about the overall thoughts. So next episode, we're going to jump into more of like the meat of the novel and some of the specifics. Yeah. Anything else? I mean, I'm already enjoying talking about it, but I'm excited to, continue.
Yeah. I mean, and we're just leaving you on a cliffhanger with our overall thoughts. So come back because I promise there are some really good parts that we did like, okay?
There are,
we
yes.
did like some
we did like some. We're not just going to be shit talking the whole time.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that'll be next week.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.